can you survive this?
Now I get you!
Bitch, please!
Greetings, Exile. As you've seen, I made a build that can delete bosses even on a 2-link with trash gear off the ground. But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. I had my fair share of setbacks and frustrations, mostly in Act 1. It almost made me want to re-roll into a Deadeye and become a meta cuck. But I pushed through, figured out better ways to level, and the rest of the campaign was smooth. So we made this mini leveling guide to make sure you don't face the same setbacks and have a much smoother experience than I did. Let's get started. In Act 1, after taking down Miller, select Bone Shatter as your first skill gem. Use Rolling Slam and Mace Strike to prime enemies for stun. As soon as possible, add a 2-handed mace to your weapon swap and set all your skills to use it. I didn't do this myself, which is why I struggled. Do not bother with a one-handed mace. It's trash. You can throw it away. The only thing we want is block from the shield. When you get your level 4 uncut gem, select Infernal Cry. Again, I didn't do this early and it made things harder for me. For bossing, the combo is simple. Prime with Mace Strike, use Bone Shatter, then pop Infernal Cry and slam them with Rolling Slam. When you get another level 4 or a higher uncut gem, select Shield Charge and link it with Stun Support. Do not use Stomping Ground, it's useless now since the interaction got completely nerfed. This makes your clear combo as simple as Shield Charge into Bone Shatter. After defeating King of the Mists, select Herald of Ash as your permanent buff and take Cold Charm as your reward. Now here's the golden rule for the entire campaign. Whenever you complete a quest, always check vendors for upgrades. Lastly, before fighting the final boss of the act, make sure you have some cold resistance, or at least a belt to equip the Cold Charm, something I couldn't find no matter how hard I tried. In Act 2, the combo for clear and bossing stays the same, but you'll start noticing something annoying. Your shield charge will sometimes heavy stun enemies instead of just priming them. To fix this, link it with Brink Support. This makes sure enemies are never heavy stunned, only primed to be smacked with Bone Shatter. This is also the act where we start making use of weapon set skill points. Pay close attention to how you allocate these, since they're important for both offense and defense. When you place relics, select Charm Charges gained. In this act, you'll also get your first Ascendancy by completing the Trial of Sekimus. You can comfortably attempt this around level 23 to 26. For Ascendancy, select Titan, then take Colossal Capacity as your first node. Lastly, make sure to have some fire and lightning resistance during this act, since many monsters and bosses deal a mix of both. This is especially important for the final boss of Act 2, unless you enjoy dying on repeat and dragging the fight out for no reason. In Act 3, we finally start turning the build into a bleed build by allocating nodes to bleed chance and magnitude. For the Venom Flask reward, select Elemental Threshold. After defeating the Bog Witch and acquiring your second Spirit Gem, choose Time of Need as your second persistent buff. Replace Infernal Cry with Seismic Cry once you get Uncut Gem 11. At level 36, you can comfortably attempt the Trial of Chaos and unlock your second Ascendancy. Select Hulking Form after completing the trial. Keep at least one Tier 9 Uncut Gem you find in this act, as it will come in handy later. Also, pay close attention to resistances and aim to have at least 30% to all by the end of this act. In Act 4, we fully convert this build into a pure physical bleed build by hitting 100% bleed chance. Once you reach 100% bleed chance, replace Herald of Ash with Herald of Blood and convert the Tier 9 Uncut Gem you saved earlier into Bloodhound's Mark. This is also the act where we gain access to our main damage skill, Hammer of the Gods. To acquire it early, complete 2Gen's quest and unlock Delirium. He will reward you with a Tier 13 Uncut Gem, which you can convert into Hammer of the Gods. With this setup, you can start deleting bosses in a single combo. Here's how the combo works. Apply Bloodhound's Mark, then use Mace Strike and Shield Charge to prime the boss for stun. Once he's primed, smack him with Bone Shatter and use Seismic Cry. Drop Hammer of the Gods, and while the hammer is falling, hit with Rolling Slam to aggravate the bleed. Finally, reapply Bloodhound's Mark to turn that bleed into stun build-up. I haven't covered everything in this mini guide. If you'd like to see the rest of the gems, build progression, more tips, and progression through interludes. Check out my Mobalytics guide. I'll leave a link in the video description. It also has a scuffed POB, but keep in mind it's not very reliable yet since POB isn't updated to the latest gems and supports. If you like off-meta builds like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and bonk that notification bell till it bleeds. As always, thanks for watching, Exile.